Pathways contain a structured series of lessons on a particular topic or series of topics. These pathways are available in each of the content libraries. For an overview of content libraries, see our earlier video on content libraries. In this lesson, we will show you how to view a Maths Hero pathway. First, select Maths Hero Library from the Content Library menu. Select the Pathways tab and select an appropriate pathway. Pathways offered via the Maths Hero Library are read-only and cannot be updated. In order to customize one of these pathways, it will need to be copied to your personal content library via the Copy Pathway button. This process may take up to a minute to complete, depending on the number of lessons and the size of the lesson content. To view the contents of a lesson, select the appropriate lesson from the lessons list. You will be shown a summary of the lesson and given an opportunity to download any attachments. Attachments are typically in-class materials used to support the lesson. To present the lesson, click Present. The Shaping Minds presenter will be launched, allowing you to present your lesson. In order to edit a pathway from the Maths Hero library, it will need to be copied to your personal content library. Click Copy Pathway on the pathway you wish to copy. This may take up to a minute to copy over all the content associated with the pathway. Once it has finished copying, you will be shown an editable version of the pathway in your content library. Pathways within your library can be presented in exactly the same way as those within the Maths Hero library, by clicking the Present button. Most elements of a pathway within your library can be customised. To change the title of a pathway, click the pencil icon next to the pathway title. The content of your pathway can also be customised. To add additional lessons to the pathway, select Add Lessons. You can add lessons from any of the available content libraries. In this example, we will add an additional lesson from the Maths Hero library. To add a standalone lesson, click the Add Lessons button, then select the relevant library. Find an appropriate lesson and click the plus icon. Once you have selected the required lessons, click Add Lessons. Lessons can also be added from other pathways. To add a lesson from an existing pathway, select Add Lessons, then select From Maths Hero Library. Click the Pathways tab and find an appropriate pathway. To add all lessons from a specified pathway, select Add All Lessons. Individual lessons can be added via the plus icon. Once the lessons have been selected, add these to the pathway via the Add Lessons button. The lessons will now be available in the lessons list. To remove a lesson, select the ellipsis menu on the lesson pane, then select Delete Lesson and confirm the deletion. To reorder lessons, select the ellipsis menu on the pathway pane, then select Reorder Lessons. Lessons can be reordered by either dragging the lesson to the appropriate position or via the up and down arrows. Once you have finished reordering the lessons, select Save Order. Lessons are managed from the Lessons pane. To mark a lesson complete, select Mark Complete from the ellipsis menu. The completion status will be marked at both the top of the pane and next to the lesson name in the Pathways pane. You are able to add notes to a lesson by typing into the Notes section of the Lessons pane and clicking Save Notes. The content of a lesson can be customised by clicking Edit to open the Shaping Minds editor. Make any required changes to the lesson and click Save via the File menu. Once you are done editing, close the Editing tab. Both pathways and lessons can be shared with your school, allowing other teachers at the school to access the pathway or lesson via the school content library. To share the entire pathway, select Share Pathway with School from the ellipsis menu on the Pathway pane. To share an individual lesson, select Share lesson with school from the lesson pane. Lessons can also be shared via an access link. This is typically used by teachers to provide temporary access to relief teachers. To share a lesson via an access link, select the ellipsis menu on the Lessons pane, then select Send Link. Enter the email address of the person you are attempting to share to, and click Share. The recipient will be able to temporarily access the lesson for a period of 7 days. Snapshots allow you to save and restore the current version of a lesson. To create a snapshot of the current version of the lesson, click the ellipsis menu on the Lessons pane, then select Create Snapshot. Enter a name for the snapshot and select Save Snapshot. This lesson can now be restored back to this snapshot if the need arises. To view available snapshots, select Restore Snapshot from the ellipsis menu. To restore a snapshot, click Restore. You will be given the option to back up the current version before restoring. Once you are ready to restore the selected snapshot, select Restore Now. To learn more, visit mathshero.com.au.